Where are you seeing this video? Ditzy, a wealthy white girl, degrades Keanu Reeves in a fancy hotel without realizing he owns it. Please remember to like the video and leave a comment to help us reach 1,000 subscribers. As sunshine poured in from the floor to the ceiling windows, the chandelier in the lobby of the large opal hotel glistened like a cascade of diamonds. Everything about the place screamed luxury, from the intricately bubbling marble fountains to the hand-woven Persian rugs, and right in the middle of it all was Keanu Reeves, waiting in line like any other regular visitor in a faded leather jacket, jeans, and scuffed boots. The trouble started when she walked in, all blonde, immaculately dressed, and dripping with designer accessories. She swept into the lobby with the kind of confidence that could stop traffic. Tiffany Montcalm. With a flick of her immaculately manicured nails, Maria, a socialite on Instagram with a following that rivaled small nations, shoved her oversized sunglasses onto her head and looked around the room with contempt. Her eyes fell on Keanu, and she wrinkled her nose and said, "Excuse me," loudly cutting the line to stand in front of him. "Oh, I'm sorry," Keanu responded, blinking, taken but not insulted. Stepping aside, she gestured vaguely at him as though his presence was beneath her people. "Like you, Keanu, but the receptionist, did Miss Montgomery welcome back? Your usual suite is ready?" Keanu then marched toward the desk, turning to Keanu as she went by, looking him up and down. "She didn't realize you were in a hurry," and she let out a huff that could have extinguished a candle. "Hurry, I just don't have time to wait with him." The lobby fell silent after she vanished, and a bellhop whispered to the receptionist, "Do you not know who that is?" Keanu's lips quirked, but he remained silent at the Motel 6 down the street. The receptionist, however, looked mortified as she looked nervously at Keanu, clearly recognizing him. Tunny didn't realize she was already halfway to the elevators, barking into her phone about a tragically slow Connor and this guy who looked like he crawled out of a motorcycle bar. Keanu waved and laughed. Later that evening, Tiffany was hosting a networking mixer in the hotel's rooftop lounge. It was the kind of event where champagne flowed freely and everyone wore attire that made for more than a semester of college drama. It's fine really." He stepped up to the desk. "Tiffany was entertaining a group with her most recent adventures when I told him, 'Darling, if you can't afford it, don't bother.' Can you believe he tried to haggle with me?" She laughed and threw back her hair as her audience tooted dutifully, though a few looked away uneasily just as a soft chime signaled the beginning of a planned announcement. A calm woman in a dapper suit, the hotel's manager, came forward. "Thank you for joining us tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Before we go any further, I would want to take a moment to recognize someone very exceptional who is immediately prepared to receive the unavoidable praise. It is my privilege to introduce Mr. Reeves, the proprietor of the Grand Opal Hotel, who has led this establishment with humility, generosity, and vision." The room went cold. Tiff's champagne float broke on the floor after slipping out of her hand. Unaware he owns it. The man who had entered the lounge wearing the same leather jacket and jeans caught everyone's attention. Keanu's face was composed, almost amused, as he approached the microphone and cleared his throat. "Thank you," he said. "I'm not very good at speeches, but I just wanted to say that this place isn't about me, but rather about the people who make it what it is, the visitors and the community." "Thank you," politely. As Keanu moved away from the microphone, he caught Tiffany's eye and offered her a brief knowing smile, but Tiffany remained motionless, her face flushed. "I didn't know it was okay," when she stammered and rushed up to Mr. Reeves. He whispered softly, "I'm just a guy in line, right," and her mouth opened and closed like a goldfish. "I'm so sorry, that was so rude of me earlier," he continued, "but I didn't mean. You don't need to apologize to me." The following morning, Tiffany checked out early and avoided the lobby completely, but as she got into her waiting car, she saw a handwritten note tucked under the white that read, "Kindness is free. Try giving it a shot sometime." Keanu said, "Hey, it's fun to be gay, But maybe think about how you treat people. You never know who's standing in front of you. Kay was aware of Tyan's remorse as her car drove away from the Grand Opal that evening. She was sitting in her penthouse apartment, looking through social media videos of Keanu's speech, which were all over the place. People were praising and laughing at him, calling him the nicest man alive, and sharing stories of their own interactions with him. For the first time in a long time, Tiffany felt something change inside herself after reading a comment that taught her that kindness isn't about fame but about heart. She had built her life on appearances, but after giving the note some more thought, the following day, she unexpectedly visited a local animal shelter and awkwardly said, "I'm looking to help. Can I volunteer?" She then spent the afternoon walking dogs and cleaning kennels, realizing that perhaps kindness was truly free. It just required practice.